A Google review is a Google review is a Google review, right? Not so fast, everybody. Contractors, not every single Google review is created equal. Well, I'm going to show you why that's the case and how you can make sure that your reviews are actually driving calls that will close and convert and turn into bids and estimates, all those good things, instead of just what the other guy's doing, because there's something that most people just flat out miss. I want to be able to help make sure that's not you. And this is one piece of my contractor Google business profile fix tool that I'm happy to send you. If you want that, comment GBP on this below and I'll get it sent over to you for the full enchilada. But let's dig into this one simple step that we can do to help make sure you're getting all the juice from the squeeze with your Google reviews. I mean, it's hard enough to get them sometimes, but if you're going to get it, let's get the most out of it. So I'll show you how this works and give you an example. All right, here we go. So this is, like I said, under part 4 of the full profile fix tool. Like I said, if you want the whole thing to make sure that your Google business profile is getting you everything it should, then let me know below. But here's what I'm talking about. So I just picked general contractor in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's not where I live, but I've lived close by. Lived in Chicago and near the Wisconsin border, but years ago. But I figured let's just pick a random listing. So we got general contractor in Milwaukee. And here's the thing, guys. Like, even folks that are showing up in the top 3, which is where you want to be, and there's definitely strategies to help you get there if you're not there now. Again, something we can talk about later if that would help you. But even if you're there, then you still want to be able to add this to help make sure you're the one that gets the calls, because it looks like in this results, this guy's got 540 something reviews. This one has 27 or 37. These guys have got 28. So for GSI, they're showing up with 37, decent, 4.9, but here's the miss. If you look at the reviews, okay, looks like one came in 11 months ago, a month ago, 7 months ago, 6 months ago. What's missing? Replies. Not a single reply out of any of these. I guess someone reacted with prayer hands. Oh, that's nice. But why not reply? Oh, they got a reply from one that was 2 years ago. I'm glad this is the other one that just showed up. I didn't plan this, but here we go. Thank you for your review. We appreciate the opportunity to give us. You gave us to repair your home. Okay, so bare minimum, make sure you give a reply. So at least some reply is better than nothing, both from the customer standpoint and from a Google SEO and juice standpoint. But then take your reply and go up a notch. It doesn't have to be a full novel, but the best practice, okay, is to have a review reply that allows the person who's reading it to see themselves in the conversation. So give you an example. Let's see if let's find one here. Where sometimes we get those reviews that are short, like they don't really say much, but sometimes you get those reviews or they just leave the 5 star, they don't do anything else. What we want to be able to do is have your reply talk about something they may not have mentioned. So as an example, if we're going to reply to this one where they actually did give some detail, you want to be able to call out something that the homeowner valued that they didn't talk about, so you can lean in on that in your reply. So in this case, they said, I had a great experience, they're knowledgeable, upgraded 1 car to 2 car, added new doors, so on and so forth. So let's just say, for example, in this case, that not only did they have all these other things they talked about, but they also were in a time crunch. They also had to make sure that the thing got done before, it looks like 1 car to 2 car. They had to make sure they got the thing done before their son or daughter got a car they wanted to park in the garage when they turned 16 or whatever the case may be. That'd be an ideal scenario to call out in the review reply. So what we're trying to get at, guys, is that when you reply to the review, what was one other aspect about the job where you and your team over delivered that you can call out in the reply? So thanks so much for the review. So glad you had a great experience, whatever the case is. But then you add on with it, say, and by the way, glad that we're able to help you get that done before this thing happened, or make sure we're glad we're able to help fix what the last guy messed up, or just some other aspect that that the homeowner really valued that they didn't mention in their initial review. Does a couple of things. If somebody else sees that review and the reply and those things apply to them, they're going, oh shoot, I also have something I need to get done really fast, or I also have to make sure I get this basement finished before my in-laws move in. And so they understand what it's like to deal with a home that was built in the 60s. Or, if you can call out some of those specifics, someone sees that and goes, oh, that's me, and they got a 5-star experience, I'm going to call them, because if that's good proof that I need to make sure that I'm calling the right people. So this works really well. And again, not only get you better SEO and better juice out of the review itself, but also it just helps convert, even if you may not have the most reviews in your market. It's going to help you get into that top 3. And then when you're in the top 3, it's going to help you stand out even further among the guys that just aren't doing it. So reply to every single review, give 1 or 2 sentences detail about the scenario so that when someone else has that same situation, they can see that they got a 5-star experience, so they know that they will too. So again, if you want the list of the full Google Business Profile Fix tool, drop GBP below and I'll send it over to you. But let's get you up in the top 3 and start getting you some calls. We'll see you next week.